Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Christelle Martinette with a new reading for the month of January 2018, which will be a 5-card spread using a tarot deck called Tarot of the Sacred Feminine, and you'll see that. And as clarifiers with the 5-card spread, I'll use a rather old VERA SIBILLA deck that I use sparingly because it is so old. And to crown that reading, I'll be using a set of runes, one of the first runes that I have ever had, which are emerald runes. This is all because I'm doing this before the holiday season. Now, in terms of the year spread, I'll be using a mini grand tableau, a Lenormand mini grand tableau. For those of you who read with the Lenormand will recognize these particular cards, and they have an explanation in English in the square, and the pictures are characteristic of the cards with the numbers here at the top. And the way I'll do that is I'll have I carve out an inner 4 by 4 rows of a grand tableau, so it will be a mini tableau. I won't go into the technical side and bore those people who don't read these cards, but we'll see. You'll see how it will work for each sign. Now, before I close and get on to the readings, I just wanted to say I know that this holiday season for many is a bit difficult, especially if you are alone or if you feel alone. I will be working during the holidays, unfortunately, sometimes, yeah, I have to. So you may want to consider not simply a reading, but something that will go a little bit more in depth, like past life regression or some form of hypnosis. And consider that. If you're interested, write to me, go to my website. You'll get my contact, or you'll see it in this video clip underneath probably, or somewhere, and we'll see if we can set it up. All right, now I think I have nothing without further ado, as they say. Let's get on to the readings, ladies and gentlemen. Hi Cancer, hi Cancer. Let's get down to business for you for the reading for the month of January for Cancer. Reading for the month of January for Cancer. I get the impression it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. You know, that out at the beginning of I can't even remember which novel or what it was. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. And I will show you the cards first of all. This is the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the 10 of Cups, the 3 of Swords. Take a look at this. Now, we have the general picture in Universal Tarot of the heart pierced by 3 swords. This is somewhat different, but there is a division. Right? We're talking about the Adam and Eve and the eating of the apple allegory, and the World card. Now, the outgoing card is the World card. What I'm seeing is, in the month of January, the most important part for you is everything to do with family. That gives you solace. That is definitely the case, even though there is, within the family, a relationship that is not any longer what you wish it would be, you know, and I think I've been saying this for a while for you, Cancer. And this has come about when you then brought to the fore truths again, over and over again. It is brought back to you that is the case. But there is this 4 of Swords. It's that waiting card, this the end of the month will bring you, because there's something that you come to learn, Cancer. There's something that you come to learn. You get a positive in relation to the family. You have a result. Something happens. It could be a family member has tried out for something or has applied for something, and you were right behind them, and they then have a positive result. Something to that nature. It has to do with the family. I'm going to take this Three of Swords first of all. Okay. Let's see, I have to get the sound off of here for you. All right, now I have the falsidad, lies, costanza, constance, and speranza. And this tells you more than anything else that you try to keep the peace, first of all, but you're hoping that what you get is something more than a simple non-truth. What you would like to hear is one thing, what you hear is another thing. And these two things don't coincide. There's something, you keep asking yourself, Cancer, how could that be? You know, I want this, but it cannot be. And it's something that you have to come to terms with, because there's something that you actually want. It's desire. It is even more than desire. It's a fundamental truth for you, and it's not there for you. And over and over and over again, this has been brought up in readings for you. Let me take the Sibilla cards over this Four of Swords. I have Donna Maritata, the married woman with children, denaro, money, and gelosia. Yes, there is something that has to do, could be a man, could be a female. There is something to do with a person who's in your life in some way, but that there was an institutional bond, okay? There still is. They could be a family member. You know, you don't erase somebody from the face of the earth. If they have fathered a child or mothered a child, they will always be the father or the mother. You know, if I was your sister, I will always be your sister, whether we speak or not. Now, there's something there that is causing you strife within the family, and it could be a sister, a sibling. It could be a former husband or wife, or a former companion. But I see it as a bond. It seems that it was a marriage, and that has to take time in order to heal for the month of January. Let me take a look at the runes to see what they have to add, Cancer. Well, okay, now, my hand is itching. My mother always used to say, when your hand is itchy, you're supposed to get money. All right, I have here the beginning of something, Bjork, and it is right in the area of beginning to understand what it is that is causing you angst, which is causing you anxiety, because you can't come to terms with certain things. You're thinking, Cancer, I do my homework, I go to work, and I do the job that I have to do. I come home, I do everything in line with what I should be doing. Why can't I karmically get back? This is what you're thinking. And this goes back not only in this lifetime, this goes back in many other lifetimes. But this will help you, the realization, the understanding, the awareness of the answers to that will make you go forward. This is Rido, Bright State. Then I have Isa, and you have to find a contact with you and yourself. You have to come into contact with your emotions and understand who you are, Cancer, in terms of how your emotions are playing out. And we have Ingvats, and that is the key. It's just telling us that is the key to your ultimate happiness. Now, this was January. Let me take the cards up and take a look. at the Lenormand for you for the month, for the following year, 2018. Let's see what's in store for Cancer in the year 2018. The Lenormands have 36 cards in the deck. Okay. Okay, now, I have here the first 3-month period, the first quarter. Look, I'm itching. The first quarter is going to start off with a complete, it's that January month we just talked about, a complete rebirth, a complete transformation for you. There's a passion in the transformation. You have specific guidance in that transformation. It is going to bring you stability. That entire transformative energy is going to bring you stability, Cancer. At times you're going to find that you don't exactly understand why things happened and the mysteries behind certain phenomena with relation to you, even if they are age old in those first 3 months. Matters of the heart, it has to do, matters of the heart have the precedence in your mind concerning those mysteries. And it's something that you, in your heart of hearts, Cancer, you actually do know that love, a very important love, is there for you. And part of it, the cards are telling me, are of yourself. This is coming to terms with yourself. Now, the second quarter, April, May, June, I have here the Lenormands are telling me that it's time for you to open those blockages that you have. You have, there's something, if not taken care of, will unveil itself as being detrimental to your health, okay? And this has to do with emotions. You have to come to terms with the emotions. And in a strategic manner, you have to be very smart, you have to be sly, because it is now or never. April, May, and June. By the time the period of Cancer comes, you will be poised to understand it's now or never. This passion, this talking you to yourself, you with other people, even seeing the reaction that it has on your health, is going to cause a little bit of anxiety and strife for you in that second quarter, April, May, June. That's going to be the mainstay of those 3 months. That's what where your head is going to be at. The third quarter, July, August, and September, there's a beautiful period in store for you. There's chit-chattery about love and what love is all about. And could it be possible that we are in love? There's somebody here that comes to your life. There's somebody that you meet that quarter. And that is July, August, and September. The beginning of, right around the beginning, the middle of your Cancer period. And this is the loveliest part of the spread. It is the loveliest part of the spread. You feel like you know where you're going. You feel that you can actually strategize. You know exactly what you want and how to get it. You know that you can become yourself, the gentleman or the lady that you are. Come back into your role. And without the former anxiety gives rise to conversation. You communicate much more easily. And the last quarter of the year, October, November, and December, finds you in a moment where you're overcoming great obstacles of the past. And spirituality becomes important for you. You start thinking about it again. You start questioning your values, your age-old values, what you used to think about spirituality and religion in general. I don't want to say if you weren't religious in the past, you're going to become a born-again whatever, but there is thought that you bring to bear on what is it? Is this all there is? You know? And you start changing your views in terms of your spiritual. You make a spiritual jump, a qualitative jump, and you question things, and you come out ahead. You come out at the end of the year as if you were, you finally get an answer for yourself, you feel. Now, the stability that comes towards the end of the year comes at a cost, as you can understand from what I've been saying so far. There is a cost, and the cost is going within and understanding who you are emotionally. It brings you back into the shoes of your being the gentleman and the lady, and puts you in a position of being able to openly give more readily of yourself. Now, I'm going to go to each of the houses and certain aspects of these houses and what they will mean for you in the year 2018. I have this one card, the most important aspect of the entire year is this. This is the coffin, and it has come up in the position of the coffin. There's a deep transformation for you the year of 2018. That is going to change the rest of your life. There is something, this long-term going in and understanding and then coming without is a slow process throughout the year, but you, at the end of the year, come back into your own shoes. Now, the surprises that you have during the year are surprises that have to do with conversations, the exchange with other people that you don't expect, and also this passionate pull that you feel towards people that you wouldn't expect. The interesting part of the year is that endings that you finally accept as endings. You put an end to, say, you want to leave a job, you want to cut off a friend, you want to close the door on somebody. Those endings that you have to, with your decision-making process, you enact, are going to give you no pain at all. They're going to open your heart and really give you the way forward in your life in that year. Also, there is the element of communication here. I'm told that is going to be quite stabilizing for you. You're going to find stability in communication. It's going to be very rewarding for you to interact with other people in that way. Actual conversations, actual oral conversations. And now, in terms of your work and your livelihood, this is a an area where you are not sure what you want to do. You would like to leave your job some days. You would like to change your job other days. You would like to just stick it out until you're ready to leave then. And so this is an area that has less precedence than the other areas of your life in 2018. Your sense of security also is such that the entire year works toward grounding you and having the assurance that being grounded is helping you physically. Your health is going to improve because of that feeling, and you feel that right away. You feel that all along the year, and mostly you feel it in the second quarter, where it is the most difficult part of the year. Now, the sense of guidance that you have, there's a double-edged sword here. You have the feeling that you are more not guided, but you are the one who has to take matters in your hand and see where you should be changing, moving, deciding. Your area of guidance is something that does not come from without. You don't look that much to your guides as such because you feel that it's time for you to act. And what's interesting is that your home is your strength. Where you hang your hat is the most important area for you to be in. When all things become difficult, return. The cards are telling you, go home, and you'll replenish yourself. As far as public life is concerned, being out in the public, that is where your heart is best spent. That is where you're going to feel more warmth from other people. Being in the public's eye, being able to interact with them is going to give you a great solace. Matters of communication, written communication, is going to give way to chatter. Again, you're going to talk more. You're going to be verbal in terms of communication. You're going to entertain conversations far greater than you have in the past. And the obstacles also that you have in your life would be linked to those moments of anxiety that come up between the end of the second quarter and the beginning of the third quarter. So we're talking September, October. That's when you have to beware of anxiety, and it will be an obstacle for you. In terms of decisions to be made here, I find that any decision that you take in the year 2018 will always have a positive reaction, a positive ending, a successful outcome. And so feel free, whether you feel it's 50% and 50%, wherever you lean, you will have success on your side. Now, any problems having to do with nuisances, issues that can crop up during the year, what will happen? You'll find that more than anything else, you can turn to someone. There is a male figure in your life who has your back. You can find this in the parent, a sibling, a friend, someone you work for. Use that conversation to interact with them because they will have your back in times of trouble, Now, things that are hidden from you need not worry you because you have warmth coming your way. Anything that you don't know about or that you are unsure about, keep your faith. The sun is there in that house, and the sun in this deck is a very powerful sun. Now, also, the difficulty that you will have in terms of communication, the spread has told me so far and reiterated over and over again, Cancer. Give precedence to oral communication, because written communication will get you in a jam. Messages, emails, try to avoid that. Now, two other influences, the animus animum, the male influences in your life and the female influences in your life, and you, your female aspect and your male aspect. In terms of the male aspect here, there's a tendency throughout the year for you, if you're a male, to have what is generally called a pissing contest. You know, you have measuring yourself up to other males if you're a male, and that is going to create problems for you, to be avoided. Okay, because that will only bring you strife. And the anima, the female influence in your life, is where your female side needs to be buttressed, your emotions need to be brought to the fore. Any females that you can attract to you or interact with is where you get the most out of your life. Now, I've come to the conclusion, Cancer. I do hope this was of help to you. Namaste, and have a wonderful holiday season. And until we read together again, thank you for all of your support, ladies and gentlemen, Cancer. Bye-bye.